Hello, folks. Not sure if we're on. It says preparing to live stream. Um, and it looks as if we're now live streaming. So hello, everybody. Welcome to our tea time. I am here today. Hello, folks. Not sure if we're on. One sec. Let me turn that down. And it looks as if we're now live streaming. There we go. So I am joined today. This is Catherine Bissell-Cordova of Chicago Fair Trade. Thank you for joining us for our weekly tea time, 2:00. And I would like to introduce you to a friend and colleague and wonderful fair trader, Karen Torres of Tulia's Artisan Gallery. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, everyone.
She made me really want to go put on lipstick, but I didn't have time. But you always have the best lipstick. Anyhow, so as those of you who have joined us, these are informal chats where we just check in with different folks involved in fair trade that are involved with Chicago Fair Trade. And that is certainly Karen. She's been a very active member of Chicago Fair Trade, business member. Tell us a little bit about your business, Karen. Who are you working with? And
yeah, sure. So I started my business in 2014. I'm Colombian. I was born and raised here in Chicago, and I really wanted to show all of the beautiful art that's made in Colombia by its master artisans. So I work with many different communities in Colombia, making all types of fabulous products. One of my the most vulnerable partners that I work with are an indigenous tribe called the Waunan. They're originally from the Pacific coast. They live in small villages right up against the ocean in a very thick rainforest. And many have been displacing to Bogota because of the continued armed problems in Colombia. So there's still problems with the different guerrilla groups. There's two major guerrilla groups that are still very active in that region. And so the displacement situation is ongoing. Once they arrive in Bogota, many of them don't have work and they have to adjust to urban living. So one way to keep their culture alive and to keep the women working is by making their traditional arts and crafts. They're known for making some of the best baskets in the world. And so I carry a collection of the baskets. And very recently, they've been learning how to make finer and finer stitches to be able to make jewelry like the earrings I'm wearing. And so, yeah, they're just so, I got all purple today.
Can we see your bracelets too?
And then they make these bracelets, and the bracelets come in different colors, and the shapes that you see are their designs, and they represent things from our natural world. And so you can choose which design also on the website. So they make the most amazing things, and you can see on my website. I don't know if you can see my.
Yeah, I think you can share your screen. I was going to just say that's. I know I just feel like you're whenever you talk about the Wonan, it so highlights the fair trade principle of preserving cultural.
Right.
Preserving culture, but in a way that yeah.
Right, that's kind of one of my principal missions, is to preserve indigenous heritage and indigenous culture,
which I know
I'm 50% indigenous, and but I don't have any of that culture. So
well, and when
because I did the DNA test.
Oh, did you? That's so interesting. I didn't know that. Well, then also I know Karen had a beautiful exhibit 2 summers ago, I think it was, at the, or was it, no, last summer at Fourth Presbyterian Church, and has been also in congregations. If any of you are with a congregation, she's done exhibits at congregations, and it's just, they're beautiful works. As she said, museum quality, gorgeous works. But with also really good story cards, because with fair trade too, we always tell the story. And I remember so striking seeing the picture of a young Wonan woman, when they moved to Bogota, it's so hard to preserve the culture.
Oh,
it's so hard to preserve the culture.
Their traditional dress is a skirt, and they go top. Some women prefer topless, some have feet, and so they have to wear jeans, and the women lose their skirts, and it's part of their culture. So there's one woman in Bogota who's trying to bring back the skirt and sell and sell them, and making beautiful embroidery on the skirts. They're called parumas. And so just for them, that's important. And then the body paint. So and they'll do workshops within the community in Bogota, because now there's like a whole generation that have been born and raised in Bogota. And so they'll have community workshops where they teach the body painting, the dress, the dancing, the language. So all of that is preserved.
Well, and you helping connect them with markets here and earn a dignified living, and helping them also adapt their skills to products that are more, earrings and all that. So I'm sorry, you're pulling up your website. Karen, of all our business members, I could talk for hours. We won't today, but I could talk for you, listen to you for hours. I'll just tell you guys this, that Karen is one who, when we did World Fair Trade Day in Daly Plaza, and Jerome McDonald of WBEZ would come every year and he'd say, what's new, who's new, walk around the fair for about, the marketplace for the hour before we'd go on live. And he started talking to Karen, and he was just like gobsmacked. You were talking, I remember you said you just talked to some of your artists who had just escaped because they'd been bombed, and they were.
That was the summer where one village in Chocó in the Pacific region was accidentally bombed by the Colombian army. They were targeting one of the guerrilla groups that was camped nearby. And one bomb fell in the village and killed 5 Bonan. And this happened at 3 a.m. in the morning. So everything's pitch black. No one knew what was happening. And there was about 700 or 800 people living in the village. They all left that night on boats and canoes. And that journey to the nearest municipality is about 3 or 4 hours downriver or upriver. And they were displaced for about 9 months. Wow. They couldn't return to their village.
Wow.
For that length of time.
And you were in touch with them during all of this and sharing this with Jerome, and those of you who know Jerome, he was, we walked away and he said, I need to have that woman on my show. And then Karen said, I don't want to do live radio, but she did to the voice. Anyhow, but you bring this story so powerfully and beautifully, and I really appreciate it. So show us your website, and what do you have going now? Okay. I know this is your most vulnerable group. What are some of the things going on? And can
you see my website?
Yes.
Okay. So the fine art baskets are in this tab here. You can see them. And that's a picture of the exhibit that was last summer.
So pretty.
But I just put up all the earrings online, and we had a beautiful photo shoot in February, right before the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
And I've been mixing them in with the product photoshops. So, and actually today's a great day for this coffee chat, because today I'm doing an Instagram giveaway now through Friday midnight. And I want to honor also our frontline workers during this pandemic. So if you go on my Instagram page on today's post, I want you to tag a friend that you'd like to honor that's a frontline worker, and that could be a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, a delivery person, a grocery store clerk, and tell us why you appreciate them. Here's my Instagram. And then like and follow my account. And then on Saturday, I'm going to I'll probably have one of my daughters pull a name out of the hat and see who wins. And you win a pair of free earrings.
I love that. I'm going to join in and do it. I should also plug right now that any of you watching, please subscribe to our page too, because we're close to getting to 100, in which case we can personalize our URL. We just started YouTube at the beginning of all of this pretty much. But that's wonderful. Are there any other ways, aside from obviously shopping your beautiful site and buying products on your site? What else do you have going?
So there's 2 other things. I'm currently fundraising. So since the Wonan right now in Bogota, all of Colombia shut down for the end of the month. And then there's some pockets where they still have to go in quarantine a little longer. And all the transportation is like shut down. So most of them are out of work. So right now we're raising funds to pay for groceries and cleaning supplies. And I just found out today that we also need face masks for about 600 people in Bogota. So if anyone has links to people, the face masks that we're looking for have to be washable and reusable.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for a count on how many adults versus how many kid sizes we need. So I'm going to start that too. But we're doing this fundraising. I have a goal of raising $1,000, and then by the end of the month, and then I'm going to match it. So any donation that you give will be matched by Tulia's, and that'll all go to the Wonan in Bogota for groceries.
Wow.
And the way to donate is on my website. There's the Give Back tab. And then here, there's a Donate Here button. And then it takes you to CAF America. CAF America is a 501c3 nonprofit based in the US, and they vet international charities. So they have vetted the charity Fumach Den that belongs to my partner, my artisan groups in Bogota. And so all the donations would be 501c3 tax status, and you donate here.
Great, great. Well, I'll tell you, during this pandemic, I mean, I always appreciate the fair trade difference, but especially during this pandemic, when I see what all of you business owners are doing, I mean, matching donations and making sure everyone's fed and whatever, versus, during our World Fair Trade Day event when we had Elizabeth Klein on, and she was talking about these major retailers who are refusing to pay for a product that was already produced by apparel workers for fast fashion companies, and that now there's a humanitarian crisis in Bangladesh where these apparel workers are near starvation. No, and I just think of them, and what if they had Karen Torres in their life, and how different. No, but really, I mean, the fair trade different. I mean, it's like night and day. We always say we can't go back to business as usual, but it's just, to me, so uplifting to see the way that all of, and I know you're all worried about your own businesses here, but really just making sure that the artisan partners around the world have food and water and cleaning supplies and everything they need to make it through this. So
yeah, I mean, in comparison, like, sales are really down here, but but I have food, so
yeah,
I got to share the wealth.
Yeah. Well, any of you, now I'm going to pressure you, Karen, not on the spot. No, but sometime later down the road, we'd love to have, we're talking about doing more virtual things and having some in-depth conversations with some of our business members, and maybe have Jerome come back and host some things. And so keep your eyes out. But anytime, if you ever, well, Karen was usually at all our events when we are back out on the street. Another thing that Karen is I've learned a lot from you about, is the problem of internal immigration within Colombia, which is something I know.
Internal displacement,
The external displacement, sorry.
Yeah, actually, Colombia has the largest.
That.
Yeah, Colombia has the largest displacement situation in the whole world, with over 7 or 8 million people, and that's and Afro-Colombians and indigenous are disproportionately affected by all of that internal displacement. So they're essentially refugees within their own country. And that creates a situation like the Wonan, where they have to move to a completely different environment. And their lives aren't directly threatened per se anymore, but their culture is. And so I really want to try and preserve as much as we can. And that's just one indigenous group out of 102, I believe, that exist in Colombia.
Wow. Can you also just mention quickly, some of you too who know Chicago Fair Trade and have been to our pop-up shops and whatnot. I know we've focused a lot on the Wonan, and but I don't know if you can share your website again, but you guys might have seen the mobiles that we always have. That's also Karen. That's Tulia.
Okay, so we're gonna.
You can talk a little bit about, because that's another group that you just mentioned, the
Right.
Afro.
So the flying mobiles are made by a woman-owned business. I gotta share. All right.
You got it.
So then. All right. So the flying mobiles, they're made in a different part of the country, and this is our partner Isabel. She's started this business when her daughter was an infant, making the first mobile, which was a dragonfly. And all her friends and family wanted mobiles, and so she started. She took out a loan from a bank to enter her first like outdoor festival to pay for the booth, and she sold out and won like best in show prize, which covered the booth fee. So that's how she started her business, and slowly she's been hiring more and more men and women, mostly Afro-Colombians. She really tries to find people that really need help, a leg up, and there's a lot of Afro-Colombians that have moved into the city, also leaving Chocó for the same reasons. And so again, that internal displacement, many of them are single, all of them are single parents, head of household, even the men. There's 2 men that work for her. And one works part-time. He's paying himself through college. He's just about done with a law degree, and he's raising his daughter on his own.
Wow.
And he works for her part-time.
I love that. And I love that you now have a flying pig on your website.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
So they make all of these amazing
so amazing
mobiles. They're such a unique product. Everyone loves them. There's something for everyone.
Loves them.
They keep
people
going on and on.
Yeah, we have people coming in. We've got some customers in our pop-up shop that come every year and buy one and have collections. And
oh really?
Yeah. Well, anyhow, this is so. Oh wait, that one. You've got the Viking ship. That one is unbelievable. Well, anyhow, I'm so glad to have met you through Fair Trade, Karen. Right from the beginning, when I think we both started. You actually started your business right when I started Chicago Fair Trade, and you were one of the first people to contact. And you said, "I'm just starting a business," and you joined, and it's been such a pleasure to watch your business grow and to know you as a person and a business person. And
when I started, I applied. One of the first things I did was apply for CFT, and it was like the best thing I ever did.
Aww. Well, Karen also has brought us more members. Karen goes to a trade show, and then her booth mate, everyone around her booth is like, Karen told me I needed to call you and we need to join Chicago Fair Trade. So you've been very responsible for growth in our.
No, and I've learned a lot from all of your members too. So it's been great.
And you've taught a lot too. So anyhow, okay, everyone. Well, we're gonna sign off now, but thank you to Karen. Thank you, Catherine, for watching, and we will see you next Thursday. Okay, bye.
Bye.